What's going on, guys? It's Kyle. Welcome to the Stock Goat YouTube channel. In today's video, we're going to be covering the overall market. We will also be covering the SoFi stock. It has been a pretty painful last couple of weeks. I've tried to not really pay too much attention to the stock market, but I did, buy a couple of SoFi shares the past couple of days. I think I bought in the 580s, 590s, just because we went below book value again, and that's pricing in no growth at all, just assets alone. So SoFi has been really getting hammered along with hundreds of other growth stocks, and it just doesn't help when you got Jerome Powell speaking for the 15th time in the past 12 months. They got him on the media, CNBC, every couple of weeks, just covering what's going on with the economy, and the market just has massive volatility when that happens, and we saw that today. I believe what we saw was like up, down, and up as soon as he ends his speech. And it looks like the market was prepared for what he had to say, which was we're going to keep raising interest rates. That's what he basically said. So we're going to be covering the SoFi stock today. If you find any of this information useful, be sure to subscribe to the channel. I will be keeping you updated, when I can. I'm also busy with work, but I'll be keeping you guys updated when we have some big news. And be sure to drop a comment. I'm going to be commenting back to as many people as I can. Let's try and get the channel past 15,000 subscribers. Let's get into the video. All right, guys, take a look. S&P 500, green about 0.5%, Dow half, NASDAQ half. Russell 0.81, crude oil going down. I love when I see that crude oil go down because that's been absolutely on fire the past year. Absolutely insane. We have SoFi today up 6% on the day, down a little bit in the after hours. We've seen the after hours sell off for the past, I don't know, 2 years. It's just part of the algo that, these big money hedge funds have prepared for the SoFi stock. We can see the market cap right now, I believe, is right around 5.5 billion. So, we're pricing in maybe 4 times sales or something like that. Pretty much, the same as JP Morgan at 3 times sales. I just posted that on my Twitter. So we are literally trading the same as, a legacy bank who's putting up numbers of about negative 6% growth. We're trading right around the same price to sales, which is, absolutely incredible. Volume today was average, guys. Look at this, guys. Even though we had that 6% rip, look at this. Volume was 39 million, average volume 38 million. So this wasn't even high volume. Like I said, when the volume kicks up on the SoFi stock and the shorts start to cover and, some good news comes out, this thing can rip 15, 20% very easily on, 60 to 90 million in volume. It's just the stock doesn't get a lot of volume because, there's just massive shorting going on, the past year, along with a lot of other stocks. So if we take a look at the NASDAQ, guys, we can see we were peaking about August 15th. And look at this, guys. Just a nasty 3-week sell-off, a 12% decline. And it looks like we're finally getting a little bit of a bounce after, 15-day, business day sell-off, guys. That is incredible that we pulled back 12% just immediately, okay? There's pretty much been no new news. It's just the same headlines we continue to get. Inflation high, raising interest rates, and that's pretty much all I hear on CNBC. I don't even watch CNBC no more because they just say the same exact thing every time. I mean, their show is just getting so repetitive, it's ridiculous. Fed Chair Powell vows to raise rates to fight inflation until the job is done. He said that the last 3-4 times in a row, guys. I don't know why he has to continue to come out. Just why can't we just wait for these CPI reports and then, do an update after the CPI report? No, we just continuously give this market higher and higher volatility every single week. And, it's just getting pretty annoying because we know what he wants to do. They want to raise the benchmark interest rates 4 times this year, or they've already done that, with the Fed funds rate now set in the range between 2.25 and 2.50. So most likely they're going to do a 75 basis point rate hike again when this next CPI report comes out. So we can see, guys, on the CPI website, CPI is expected to be on September 13th. Tomorrow's Friday. We got Saturday. I believe that's either Tuesday or Wednesday next week. We'll get the CPI report. So hopefully we finally come down from 8% and get back into the 7% range, hopefully, or potentially 6.5%. I'm not sure. We just need to get out of the 8% range. Looking at the 112 growth stocks, we have a couple at the bottom down 1%, down less than 1%. So not a ton of red today. a lot of small red, and then we had a couple of small greens, less than a percent. Target, Etsy, Snowflake. You get into the 1 to 2% range. Airbnb, Fisker, Twilio, Pinterest. Let's just go to the top and see what we had. We had Asana, 24% gain. Rivian, 10%. BioWorks, Snap, GameStop, and it looks like SoFi finished up 6.3% today in the top 9 out of 112 growth stocks. So that's very, very interesting because we've seen SoFi lag so many times. It's just SoFi, I believe we were at these $5 to $6 range, maybe 5 months ago. So we've literally been trading in this pattern of $5 to $8 for 6 months, guys. This is absolutely incredible. That's 6 months of earnings doing absolutely nothing. And I think the SoFi earnings are continuing to get better because we saw 5 to 10 other fintechs losses accelerate, and SoFi was the only one whose losses came down with really good growth, 50 to 60%. So I think the earnings are going to get better. I think they could be profitable in the next 2 3 quarters, guys. The bank charter is going to continue to kick in. Cost savings, lending is going to accelerate further out nationwide because they don't have all these restrictions and stuff like that. We'll see where Galileo goes if they can, get some more big partners on, some smaller legacy banks that are, trying to get more technology into their platforms. We just need to be patient. I think they are onto something, guys. And I was just watching the Steve Jobs movie last night, the one with Ashton Kutcher. I seen the other one, and I actually thought the Ashton Kutcher one was even better. And guys, it just explained how Apple literally, they exploded out the gate the first couple of years, but then they hit a little bit of a roadblock, guys. If you look at my Twitter, their revenue was literally 6 billion, 6.1 billion to 6.3 billion for 12 years, guys. They didn't grow at all for 12 years. Imagine sitting in the SoFi stock for 12 years from today. You would lose your mind, guys. That's what those Apple investors had to do to get that, 100, 500, 1000x. It took, decades and decades. Okay. So I don't think SoFi is going to sit in the same place for 12 years. That is the good news. But guys, you should really take a look at my Twitter and you will see that, that definitely happened with Apple. They had a 12-year, just the company stalled out in growth, and then boom, 2004 they figured it out, and 2004 to 2022, what is that, guys? That's 18 years. Company absolutely took off and skyrocketed. So understand, even some of the best growth stories in the world literally, stalled out for a decade. That can happen. It's a possibility, but I think SoFi is definitely onto something. I think we're profitable next year with amazing growth. SoFi announces multi-year partnership with Los Angeles Chargers quarterback Justin Herbert. This was a good partnership. This guy has a lot of potential. I looked it up the other day. I believe they put him at number 10th quarterback ranked, which is pretty good. But guys, if we just look at this commercial, I'm going to pause it so I don't get some type of restriction on YouTube just in case because of, their music. But you can see they're talking about fees, penalties. This is the banker, some good music playing, and he's hyping up the 2% APY at the end of the video, and that's the punchline, to get people to sign up. A lot of young people aren't going to care about 2% APY. I don't believe this commercial is going to attract low quality users. I think people that are understanding, inflation and, how much things cost nowadays, and they're not getting any interest on their current bank, people are going to switch over with this commercial. And the Chargers are an up and coming team. They made the playoffs last year. So this guy could attract a lot of attention, and this could potentially be a good partnership. And I believe we have the Rams playing tonight as well. We can see here the last update for SoftBank, because I was covering that pretty hard as they were selling, guys. You could see the updated filings just completely stopped at August 17th. It looks like they didn't have to file anymore. Their shares say 45 million, guys. This could easily be 20, 30 million less shares. I believe, SoftBank wiped out majority of their position. If they did keep a position, I believe they kept anywhere from 10 to 15 million shares. It's either 15 million shares, in my opinion, or zero, okay? I believe they went, a small holding, or they completely wiped it out because they weren't seeing eye to eye. You saw the board members leave and stuff. But even with this SoftBank backing SoFi for 7 years. They just bailed out, and it just looks like they made a lot of bad decisions and just don't have time to wait around. Like that Apple story, guys, no growth at all. These things can happen. Even big money claims that they're long-term holders and just can't hold any longer. Looks like short interest right now is updated. It's right about 15%. We've seen this as high as 22% at one point. If you think 15% is high, you're definitely wrong. Upstart right now, 37% short interest, guys. Somebody wants this stock to literally vanish off the earth, guys. I can't believe that's, how high Upstart short interest at. I mean, the stock literally went from 400 to $20, guys. I mean, you literally have to have, what is that? A 10, 15, 20x to get back your money, guys. That is absolutely incredible how hard that stock got hammered. I think there's a possibility tonight with this Thursday night football game at 8:20, Buffalo Bills versus Los Angeles Rams. I believe the Buffalo Bills have the number one quarterback in the NFL. God, forgot his name, but they said he's like the number one quarterback in the NFL, guys. I just don't really watch the Bills. I forgot his name, but yeah, this could be a massive, massive game. If you just take a look at the type of amount of users SoFi is adding per month, tonight is a possibility for SoFi to acquire 50,000 users onto the platform with this prime time game. This is why they went with the NFL Stadium, guys, to rack in those users, okay? I don't know if they're going to play a Justin Herbert commercial on a Rams football game tonight. I don't know, but, you just never know. But I believe they're going to get much better at this, acquiring customers than they did last year with the stadium. They're going to continue to get better and better. And my bullish thesis is SoFi is going to 10 million users either, the end of next year or the beginning of 2024. I think 10 million users is definitely going to happen, okay? We've been seeing them add 500 to 600,000 members. I will get extremely bullish when they can start to pull in 1 million users per quarter, guys. That will be absolutely incredible. That means that the, banking market share is literally going to start evaporating. When you're talking about, 4 million users per year just with one fintech, and then you add in all the other ones, Affirm, Robinhood, Block, and all that. The banking market share, guys, it could definitely take a massive hit. If you made it to the end of the video, I want to say I really do appreciate it. I enjoy doing these videos for you guys. I'm going to try and keep you updated. It looks like the market could be up for a little bit of a, relief bounce after that CPI data. If it comes back down, I believe the CPI data, I got to check, is Tuesday or Wednesday next week. We've been getting hammered with Jerome Powell's continuous, comments, the exact same comments. This is just where we're at right now because we have to get inflation down, and that's the only headline the media is going to continue to run with. SoFi has some of the better earnings. Don't think that the earnings will not catch up because they are showing superior growth. Go check out my Twitter, guys. I got a little bit of an Apple story for you. Our 12 years of no growth at all, guys. That's one of the best, technology stories there ever was. So just understand, good things take time, and I don't think it's going to take that much longer for SoFi to pop off. Once again, my name is Kyle. Hope you have a great day.